buying on land on Penrith Island was amazing. After working in Vancouver, I wasn't really a city person, but so having a place here and being able to buy a couple of acres, and then realizing actually this island is also getting developed. So we got another 2 acres that was up for sale. It wasn't expensive then, and then we had made a covenant of another 7 acres and put the land together. And so in a way it was like you're doing what you can. I mean, and especially with climate change, when so many species are endangered or going extinct and so on. And it feels so good. It is something you can do to conserve land, and you get. For me, I got to know it as I knew that farm. All the ins and outs of where the trees were and what plants were coming up when, and so on. So, and I think now it's especially important to do something like that. Now that there's climate change and things are changing so fast, and who wouldn't want to save a piece of land? And it's not just for the politicians and people say, oh, it's for our kids and our grandchildren, but it's actually for all the grandchildren that live here, all these species, right, which are kind of our extended family. Without them, we're going to be doomed, I would say. Yeah, nobody's going to say in 20 or 30 years, oh, you shouldn't have saved that, you shouldn't have developed it. No, you really want to fix it. Yeah.
I think all of us are more or less aware that we're sort of in the era of a triple catastrophe. There's loss of biodiversity across the world. There's pollution of all the natural environments that life depends on. And then there's runaway climate change. And when you think of those, if you think of too much, you get pretty depressed. And you think, what can I do? I'm just a little tiny cog in the wheel. And there are a few things you can do. You can travel less. You can change your diet, eat less meat or no meat. And that makes you feel a little better. But of course, there's not much tangible about that. You don't see immediate change when you do those things. But one thing that you can change, if you have the capacity, is to protect some land. And there you see an immediate benefit, right? On the Gulf Islands here, virtually all the land, except that in parks, is privately owned. It used to be First Nations land. The Crown, the government, took the land away from the First Nations and became Crown land. And then they slowly apportioned it to settlers or sold it to settlers. And now virtually all of it, except for parks, is private. So the only way to protect any of this land, to prevent the loss of biodiversity, prevent the depletion of the natural environment, is to buy it. Now, not everybody can do that, but if you have the capacity, contributing or helping to contribute to preserving land is one way you can